Good evening, everyone. How are you? Welcome, welcome. I see already in the chat I've been having a conversation with Audrey and Keith. So, welcome. I am so glad you are here and here early. So, the last episode, I shared my woes with running into standing in my integrity about copyright and all that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of in a middle place, to be honest with you. I'm on YouTube doing this show, so there is kind of a balance on YouTube because at least the publisher can kind of say whether they want, if they hear their song, whether they want it taken off or whether they approve of it to be on and get monetized in some way through YouTube. So that feels a little bit better than just outright offering it for sale and not having the sync licensing in place. So that's where I'm standing. But I was encouraged to actually check out what's in the public domain that I already know, because some of the greatest jazz standards are coming into public domain over the next couple of years, over the next 20 years. There were some great songs written in the 20s and the 30s that are still being recorded today. I'm going to do 3 of them tonight. So let's get started with this first one that is in the public domain and was released in 1924. So it's called It Had to Be You. And it was written by Isham, Edgar Jones, and Gus Kahn. And it was first released by the Ambassadors as an instrumental on the B-side of Worried in July of 1924. And then the first vocal version was released by Cliff Edwards on the B-side to California, Here I Come, and that was in August of 1924. So one of my favorite versions is a 1959 recording on the album The Genius of Ray Charles by Ray Charles. So I'm going to do my take on It Had to Be You to start the show. It had to be you. It had to be you. I wandered around and finally found the somebody who could make me be true, could make me be blue, could make me be glad just to be sad, thinking of you. Some others I see might never be mean, no, might never be cross, try to be boss, but they wouldn't do. For nobody else gives me the thrill. With all your faults, I love you still. It had to be you, wonderful you. Had to be you. It had to be you, wonderful you. I wandered around and finally found the somebody who could make me be true. Oh, make me so blue. Could make me be glad just to be sad, thinking of you. Some others I've seen might never be me, might never be cross, try to be boss, but they wouldn't do for nobody else. Gives me that thrill. Through all your faults, I love you still. It had to be you, wonderful you. It had to be you. It had to be you. Yes, it had to be you. All right. The other song wanted to get started because I didn't press pause. As I mentioned before, Chuck is editing a lot of these songs so that I can put them up as individual songs on YouTube. And what I realize is I don't take a beat after each one. So as he's going through the editing process, he's like, well, you started the song when the song is starting while you're talking. I don't know where you want me to cut it, all that kind of stuff. So I'm trying to remember to take a beat as I'm going into the song and a beat as I'm coming out so that these can be cut into independent content. Oh, the whole thing about when you're doing something like this, a live stream or doing anything on YouTube, they're always talking about how to create content, how to continue to use the content, because the content, depending on what it is, could be what's called evergreen. You could use it again and again and again. So, yes, I'm trying to remember to take my pauses, my pregnant pauses. I see that Audrey said that was a wonderful arrangement. Thank you. So what I decided to do was to show that these songs that are almost 100 years old are still relevant. The lyrics are relevant, and you can spice them up in any way or direction because they're solid. To me, they're solidly written songs. So I'm going to go on to the next one. And, just a little bit more. I did some more. You know how I do my research on the songs. So the Isham Jones Orchestra, he was one of the writers, recorded it on April 24th, 1924, and it was released in July. By early August, it was #1 in the United States, and it remained there for 5 weeks. And at the end of 1924, it was the #4 song of the year. It's been featured in a number of films and television shows, including Casablanca, It Had to Be You, which was a movie kind of based on Isham Jones' life, Gilligan's Island, Annie Hall, the show Taxi, the show Golden Girls, the movie When Harry Met Sally, and the movie A League of Their Own. So it's one of those that's been used over and over again. And I know every time that I sing it for my senior audiences, as soon as there's the arrangement that I've been using, as soon as it comes on, somebody in the audience always goes, "It had to be you." So it's one that is a classic that many people know from the first couple of notes. So this next one is by George and Ira Gershwin. Their songbook continues to be heard everywhere. They had a prolific amount of songs that are classics, absolute classics. This one is from the Broadway musical Okay, and it premiered at the Imperial Theater in 1926 on November 8th. The show itself ran for 256 performances, and it starred Gertrude Lawrence and Victor Moore. And Nancy Wilson did a great cover of this tune on her album Yesterday's Love Songs, Today's Blues, that was released in early 1964. When the song was originally written by the Gershwins, they wrote it as a fast and jazzy uptempo. And in the 19s and 30s, people started recording it more as a torch song. And so the slower form of the song became the standard. So this is my take on one of my favorites, and I have done something that I've wanted to do for a long time. This song actually, let me preface this. This song actually, I learned the verse of this song along with the refrain. So a lot of the jazz standards, when they were written, the verse was not always sung when it became popular. When it became popular, usually the refrain is what we know. Like what I just sang for It Had to Be You, that was the refrain of the song. There's actually a verse that not everybody, most people don't sing. But this song is called Someone to Watch Over Me. And from the moment that I heard the verse, I've never sung it without the verse. So this is my take on Someone to Watch Over Me. There's a saying old, say that love is blind. So we're often told, seek and ye shall find. So I'm gonna seek a certain land I had in mind. Looking everywhere, I haven't found him yet. He's a big affair I cannot forget. Only one I'll ever think of with regret. I'd like to add his initial to my monogram. Tell me, where is the shepherd for this lost land? There's a somebody I'm longing to see. I hope that he turns out to be someone to watch over me. I'm a little lamb who's lost in the wood. I know I could always be good to one who'll watch over me. Although he may not be the man some girls think of as handsome, to my heart he carries the key. Tell him please to put on some speed. Follow my lead. Oh, how I need someone to watch over me. Although he may not be the man some girls think of as handsome, to my heart he carries the key. Won't you tell him please to put on some speed. Follow my lead. Oh, how I need someone to watch over me. Someone to watch over me. Oh, yes. Yes, someone to watch over me. It's such a great tune. And there's a bunch. I mean, again, these songs, these first three songs have been covered and covered and covered and covered and covered and used and covered again. So there's songs that stand the test of time. This one actually went into public domain this year. So there's the songs from 1926. There was a list of songs from 1926 that went into public domain, and Someone to Watch Over Me was one of them. This next song Oh, let me see. Oh, and Audrey says the songs are relevant and that Someone to Watch Over Me was her dad's favorite. So awesome. Okay, so this next tune is funny. When I was picking the tunes for tonight, I put two songs on that are more contemporary, which are coming near the end, and I will tell you why they're on the list. But I picked the other two, the first ones I started with. It had to be You and Someone to Watch Over Me. I knew were already in public domain. So they were easy. And then I needed a third, and I wanted to try to see if there was another song that was in the public domain that I sang all the time. And this one was T for Two. Someone requested it, I think maybe 2 or 3 years ago, right before the pandemic started. I started singing Two for T. T for Two. Two for T. T for Two. I started singing it. And the version that I heard was Doris Day, which I think is one of the most famous versions because it's from a film by the same name, T for Two. But the song originally was written for the 1924 musical comedy No No Nanette. And it was sung by the characters Nanette and Tom Trainer. And that musical was based on a 1919 Broadway play, My Lady Friends. And it opened at the Globe Theater in September of 1925. It ran for 321 performances. And it starred Louise Grudy and Charles Winninger. Hopefully I'll get that right. So the original recording was by Helen Clark and Louis James, and that was released in November of 24. And then Doris Day on the movie soundtrack to T for Two was released in September of 1950. Now, just a little bit more about No No Nanette. It was not successful in its pre-Broadway run that was on tour in 1924. But when it arrived in Chicago, the new stars were chosen and cast in the lead roles, and the book was rewritten, and the composers were asked to write two additional songs, and the two additional songs were T for Two and a song called I Want to Be Happy. Both would become hits for the show. And then when it landed in Chicago with all those changes, it was a huge hit, and it ran for over a year in Chicago. And then in 1950, there was the film version, T for Two, and it was loosely based on the adaptation of the show. So Doris Day was in it, Gordon McRae, Eve Arden, and Billy DeWolf. So let me, without further ado, sing T for Two. And hopefully you'll like my take on it. It's a little different. And this one, I'm also going to sing the verse on it. I actually learned the verse recently for this one. I'm discontented with homes that I've rented, so I have invented my own. Darling, this place is a lover's oasis where life's weary chase is unknown. Far from the sigh of the city, where flowers pretty caress the streams. Cozy to hide in, to live side by side in. Don't let it abide in my dreams. Picture me upon your knee, just T for two and two for tea. Just me for you and you for me alone. Nobody near us to see us or hear us. No friends or relations on weekend vacations. You won't have it known, dear, that we own a telephone. No, dear, day will break and I'll awake. Start to bake that sugar cake. to see. We will raise a family, a boy for you and a girl for me. Oh, can't you see how happy we could be? Can you see how happy we could be? Tea for two. Just a little bit of tea. I'm gonna get a little sugar cake. I think that song is great. I love the patter of it. I love the like rhythm of how it goes. It's fun to sing for me. Um, and even though the lyrics are a little, they're not. It's funny because it could be seen as dated, but I don't feel that way. But you could have a girl for you and a boy for me. You could switch it around a little bit. Yeah, so T for two. Oh, Audrey said I made the song my own. Yes, yes, yes. And I think that's the great thing about these standards is that you can make the song your own. They're they're wonderful pieces of music, again, that are classic, and again and again and again. They can be songs that you can sing with your own authority. You can put your own spin on them. That's the beauty of jazz. You know, you can kind of take it and twist it and do all types of things with it, with the melody and all that kind of stuff. So yes, take those songs and make them all your own. They are in the public domain, and you can. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, these two songs are not in the public domain. But this song was a request. I've done it before. I did it in December of 2020. Yes. Because the Gibb twins, Maurice and Robin, were born on December 22nd, which is the day before my birthday. And I wanted to celebrate them. So I did this song for that show in December of 2020. But my friend Wendy, who sends out a fantastic email every day that is so inspiring and uplifting, requested that I do this song. She said, you know, you sound great on it. And she requested this a couple of weeks ago. And so she wrote me, she was like, you don't have to do it after after the show on May 4th. She's like, you don't have to do it. But I knew that I wanted to do it. So when I did it before, I didn't do a deep dive on the story behind the music. So I'm going to tell that story. So this song is by the Bee Gees, and it was featured on the Saturday Night Fever original movie soundtrack that was released in November of 1927. 1927. Tried to make this song public domain. No, it was released in November 1977, and it reached number one on the Billboard Hot 100 on December 25th, 1977. And it stayed in the top 10 of the chart for 17 weeks. And it also spent 6 weeks at the top of the U.S. Adult Contemporary chart. And it is listed at number 22 of the Billboard's all-time top 100. In 1978, it won the Best Pop Performance by a Group at the Grammy Awards. And then it also received a nomination for the Best Original Song at the 35th Golden Globe Awards, but that award went to You Light Up My Life, which took a whole bunch of stuff that You Light Up My Life cleared across the board during that year. It was another movie song that was huge in 1977-78. Well, 40 years later, was it 40? Yeah, 40 years later, in 2018, P.G. Morton and Yeba did a cover of the song for his album, and his album was called Gumbo Unplugged. It was filmed at the Power Station in New York City, and it won another Grammy Award for Best Traditional R&B Performance. So again, this is one of those songs that is timeless. 40 years apart, it could win, you know, by the original artist and then went again in a completely different category with a different arrangement. So this is How Deep Is Your Love. And this one goes out to Wendy. I know your eyes in the morning sun. I feel you touch me in the pouring rain. And the moment that you wander far from me, I wanna feel you in my arms again. And you come to me like a summer breeze, keep me warm in your love, then you softly leave. And it's me you need to show. How deep is your love? How deep is your love? I really mean to learn, 'cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down when they all should let us sing. We belong to you and me. I believe in love, and you know you're the door to my very soul. You're a light in my deepest, darkest hour. You're my savior when I fall. And you may not think that I care for you, when you know down inside that I really do. And it's me you need to show. How deep is your love? How deep is your love? I really mean to learn, 'cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down when they all should let us see. We belong to you and me. La da da da, la da da, la da, la da da, la da da. Then you come with your love and you softly leave. And it's me you need to show. How deep is your love? How deep is your love? I really mean to love, 'cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down, and we all should let us see. We belong to you and how deep is your love? 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 Yes, how deep is your love? I'm doing something new. My computer, I guess I'm using too much stuff, too much equipment. So my computer is the what do you call it? The headphone plug is causing some type of feedback or something when I plug into my mixer. So I'm using my tablet now, and it doesn't seem like it has as much volume as the computer does, but I'm hoping that everything is coming through. You know how I'm always navigating my way through technical difficulties. Let me just take a sip and cheer myself. Cheers, everyone. I got my water in my wine glass because it makes me feel special and fancy. Don't get fancy, let's get dancey. I had a gig with the guys from the Kaz Music Orchestra, the wedding band that I used to be with. That kind of it dissolved in late 2019. We were supposed to go through the end of 2020, but the pandemic hit, and every now and again we get together because someone will say, "Look, we want the band back together to do this gig. So we did a great fundraiser on Friday night, last Friday. And it was so fun to kind of be back with the guys. And one of the songs that we do is Raise Your Glass. And that was with the Don't Get Fancy, Let's Get Dancy. Yes, I do songs like Raise Your Glass and stuff like that when I'm with a wedding band. So it was fun to kind of just do that stuff and be with those guys. We did the fundraiser was for Make-A-Wish, the Make-A-Wish Foundation. I think it's the Mid-Hudson chapter or something. So we've been on a journey tonight. We've done some songs in the public domain, and I did my little turn on them. And this last song that I'm doing, I did it at a spiritual service, actually. It was about standing in your light and shining your light proudly in the world, because the feeling is that you standing and shining your light not only brings beauty to the world, which is much needed in these days with all that's going on. There's so much going on. And if you're standing in the light and shining your light, you encourage others to shine their light and the goodness and the things that will connect us and the things that will remind us that we are part of one big unit and that we can care for each other. Even though we may have differences, that we can really, really care for each other and allow those differences to just be. Because sometimes, just because I differ in opinion or how I live my life or the things that I choose to the choices that I choose to make, as long, to me, and this is my opinion, as long as I'm not hurting you or doing anything to harm you or anyone else, I just think live and let it be. Let it be. This song is called Brave, and it is written by Jack Antonoff and Sara Bareilles. And Sara Bareilles recorded it and released it as a single, and then it was also included on her album, The Blessed Unrest. And I found out that she wrote this song because she was inspired to write it by the struggles of a close friend who dealt with coming out as gay. And she wanted to, she was just inspired by the struggles and the video. If you watch the video, I have the link to the song in the description box of this video, of this live stream. And the accompanying music video was directed by Rashida Jones, who's an actress. She's also the daughter of Peggy Lipton and Quincy Jones. It took a minute for my brain to figure it out. Yes, she's the daughter of Peggy Lipton and Quincy Jones. And in the video, it's just people from different walks of life who are doing their thing. They're dancing, and then they end up kind of coming together at the end, and you realize that they're all doing the same choreography. And it brings me to tears of joy watching that video, because it's kind of like you're all included, and I believe in the gospel of inclusion. So I'm going to do this song Brave to close the show, and this is actually an acoustic take on her version. Was a very pop kind of produced. There was a lot of produced sounds in it, but you know me, I'm always going to find a pared down version and make it my own. So this is Brave. Give me 1 second to pull this up. Here we go. You could be amazing, you could turn a phrase into a weapon or a drug. You can be the outcast or the backlash of somebody's lack of love. Or you could start speaking up. Nothing's gonna hurt you the way the words do when they settle neath your skin. Captain on the inside, no sunlight, sometimes a shadow wins. But I wonder what would happen if you say what you wanna say. Just let the words fall out. Body's been stared, bound by the enemy, fallen for the fear and done some disappearing. Bow down to the mighty, don't run. Just stop holding your tongue. Maybe there's a way out from the place where you live. Maybe one of these days you can let the light in. Show me how big your brain is. Say what you wanna say. Just let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave with what you wanna say, and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave. And since your history of silence won't do you any good, did you think it would? Let your words be anything but empty. Why don't you tell them the truth? Say what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave with what you wanna say. Just let those words fall out. I wanna see you be brave. Just wanna see you. I wanna see you be brave. I wanna see you. I wanna see you be brave. I wanna see you. I wanna see you be brave. Ooh, I wanna see you be brave. Yes. I want to see you be brave. Let those words fall out. Stand in the light, in the sunshine. Yes, yes, yes. So I'm going to leave you with that this week. I am going to be in the chat box for a few minutes, and we can have a little conversation there. If you're watching this on the replay, I hope that you were inspired. And if you were inspired, I hope that you share this with somebody else. Because the message is, I'm standing in my light. I'm standing in the gifts that I have been given and sharing them with the world. And I hope that you are inspired to do the same. We need your light. We need your light. You are important. So please give your gifts. Give your gifts. You will be blessed in return. I believe that. I live by that. And so before I start crying, I am going to go into the chat box. I love you. Be blessed until next time. Like, share, subscribe. Sign up for the email list. If you have a request, make it, and I will do my best to sing it. And so I will see you next time. Love you, love you, love you with all of my heart. Out of the clouds of confusion, behind the mist that seemed to block my way, I found a peace, a joy, a better, a bliss that brightens every day. Ooh, yeah, yeah. I don't know what else I could say. I'm at a loss for words. Just wanted to share my bliss in every way. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Thank you.
out my joy in